It's election day, November 6, 2012. I was walking out running some errands, and I was thinking, oh, I don't really have anything to talk about today. And then it kind of hit me that it is election day, and that's a very important day. And I thought, well, let me just talk about that. First of all, I just wanted to thank everybody who has viewed my channel. Started slowly, but making progress. Now over 100 views. I have lots of videos up of my own. Have liked a lot of people's videos, subscribed to a lot of channels of people I think are interesting. So I invite all of you to look at my channel and subscribe if you are so inclined. If you have any comments, constructive, I'm glad to hear them. Any ideas for future videos, I'd like to hear as well. The topic for today is going to be voting. It's one of those things that we take as Americans very much for granted. And it's a right that we have, and we often don't use it. We misuse it by perhaps not being as informed as we should when we actually vote. We have a right that many people in the world do not. That's the right to take part in our legislative process by selecting our representatives. And I was thinking about this just as I turned on the camera about it's an opportunity for those of us who are disabled to get involved. When we mark a ballot, choose a representative, vote on some type of other referenda, we express our preferences. We get to make a choice. Our voices get heard. And it's extremely critical that we take part in this process. And as I've said before in a lot of the videos, that disabled people are a tremendously large number, and the number varies, but basically perhaps 20% of the population. Alright, our country is roughly 300 million people. Simple multiplication comes out to about 60 million people in our country have a disability. However, we are underrepresented in terms of our elected officials. We are underrepresented in employment. However, if disabled people got out and vote and use their vote intelligently, it would have a tremendous impact on the election and on policy in this country. So this is my opportunity. I have my little bully puppet, and I'm using it now. If you did not register for this election, take the time between now and your local state election to go ahead and register. It's very easy. You can call and get what you need for your state. Many states are requiring a photo ID. It's not a hard thing to do. You go and take 2 forms of ID down to the Department of Motor Vehicles, I believe a lot of places, and they will give you, and sometimes it's free, sometimes it's not. You will get a photo ID card. I have one. I need it for lots of things. I don't drive, as I think most of you know, but if you need to prove who you are, it's a very important thing to have. And you can register a lot of places. Where I live, you can register, I think, the Department of Motor Vehicles, I think the Post Office. I think the high school where my daughter goes, the individual there actually registers people. So there's a lot of places, and I think it's the first step for a lot of people who feel as disabled people that it's something too hard to do, but it's really quite easy. And when you become registered and you are a voter, you have a right then to complain and express your views. Until you register and vote, you are not part of the process. And as you've heard this old saying before, if you're not part of the problem, part of the process, you're part of the problem. And apathy and lack of participation in voting is a big problem in this country, and it's, I'm assuming, tremendously a large problem among disabled persons. Let's see, what else? It doesn't matter. I'm not going to espouse any political view of who to vote for, who not to vote for. I think disabled people are intelligent enough to look at the issues and make decisions based upon what they think is right for them. And that's what I encourage you all to do. Look at the candidates who are out there. Choose the ones who are supportive and are concerned about issues that are important to you, and those are the ones to go out and vote for. Let's see, what else I got to talk about? Disabled people need to realize that they have to own responsibility for their own welfare. And I know it's tempting to put one's welfare in a non-disabled person's hands, and I think that's, although it's tempting, understandable, it's not appropriate. You as a disabled person need to assume responsibility for your own welfare, and voting is one way to do it. You can vote, it doesn't really apply in this election, but you can vote early in most places. Some places are even allowing you to vote online. I think I heard this, I may not be correct, but in places where there's been some type of natural disaster, I think I've heard an issue where they may be able to vote online. That's something to check out if that's available in your particular area. I know it's not where I live. But anyway, that's something I wanted to bring about today. Those of you who are registered, go out and vote. It's your choice, your vote. Those of you who aren't registered at this time, make it a priority to become so that for the next election you're able to be registered and you can vote. And if you have any comments concerning what I've been talking about today or some other topics, please let me know. You can leave me comments, ideas for future videos, and as always, this is Blind Man Walking too. I'm out walking, and you keep walking too.